This video is a recent collaboration that I filmed with the Cryptocurrency State YouTube channel. These guys are serious experts on airdrop farming, and in this video we talked about a number of strategies, both for which airdrops you should farm right now, as well as some strategies for making the most of airdrops. Hope you learn a lot and enjoy the video, because I know I did. Awesome. Really happy to be here today talking with Boris and Santiago, two content creators that I've been watching for a while, super knowledgeable about all things crypto, DeFi, and airdrop related. We're going to be talking a lot about those today. We're doing this as a joint video on both of our channels. So happy to be here, guys.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, so we are part of my YouTube channel that Boris and I are sharing right now, Cryptocurrency State. And to my followers, Patrick for Dynamo, most of you already know him. So please go and subscribe to the channel. We are really into airdrops, so we are going to be talking a lot about that topic on this video and share thoughts about different important things on airdrops.
Primarily the strategies we focus on right now, the airdrops that we've already claimed, and something that we can implement now to position ourselves for a really, really successful 2024. A lot of content creators and influencers are agreeing on one simple thing. It is that 2024 is likely the last big airdrop year. So we want to make sure that we start strong and make sure that throughout the year, everything is as it should be. Really quick intro as well from my end. I've started my crypto journeys 2 years ago. Nothing was working for 10 months. I discovered airdrops and finally something started working. So last year and a half, we've been really, really successful, if I may say so, with some proper results. And I'm really excited to share all of our knowledge today in this short video. So thanks for coming, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. And to give a brief intro about myself, name is Patrick. Of course, YouTube channel is Dynamo DeFi. I cover mostly DeFi, but really all things crypto related with a focus on on-chain strategies. So that includes DeFi. Originally, it was yield farming, although, as we'll talk about, I think airdrop farming has yield farming exists, but I think airdrop farming has kind of replaced yield farming in a sense because a lot of protocols realized that yield farming wasn't a good way to get sticky liquidity. And then I also have a Substack that I run, which is pretty good sized Substack, where I also talk about crypto trends, on-chain analysis, and all those things. And in my content, I try to have a big focus on fundamental analysis, on-chain data, all those sorts of things. So it's not so much a trading channel, more about a fundamental analysis and strategies. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about with airdrops today. Santiago, did you want to give an intro about yourself before we get started?
Yeah, well, I work as a developer since I was 13 years old. So
Wow.
What? How is that a thing? Wait,
Yeah.
you were a teenager, 1,
Yeah.
3, 13?
Yeah, I was hacking at that age. So I was in the tech world all my life. So I hear about Bitcoin in 2011, didn't do anything. I hear again in 2013, 14. In 2012, one friend of mine was mining Bitcoin with one computer. At that time, you were able to do that. And I didn't believe that worth it. I needed to buy a better PC to do that, and I didn't do it. So I missed that train too. And I started really, really heavy in 2017, a couple of months before that bull run. And since then, I have been super active. I started my YouTube channel in 2018, Cryptocurrency State, but it was difficult at that time, so I just stopped it and concentrate on trading, concentrate on investing. I did it super well in 2021 on that bull run, and I returned to the YouTube channel in 2021.
Nice.
So that is my story on the crypto space.
But let's just talk a little bit about the strategy with when people, one of the most common questions I get is, how should I allocate my wallets, my resources, my funds? And I don't know about you guys, but for me, the best strategy I've seen work is you have one wallet, which stakes a lot of your funds, maybe like 400, 500, even maybe $1,000 worth. And then you have another wallet that's like $500, $600 worth of tokens. And then all the others, they're like $200 to $300. So that way I guarantee myself to qualify probably on the first two, and then very, very likely to qualify on the ones with $300, $400, maybe even 200 on some. What do you think about the strategy? You think that's a good one?
Yeah, I would say that's actually very similar to my strategy. For the most part, I tend to have my core wallet, especially with the points programs. There are points programs like Jito where on the one hand, it's great because people who are small stakers, everyone got 10, 15K from Jito. On the other hand, it's, it can also be bad if you're concentrating all your wallets in one place, right? Like I'll be honest, I got a very good Jito payout, but I thought, if I had split up into 20 different wallets or 30 different wallets, I would have gotten significantly more.
Yeah,
but
that's
also
what I was thinking about it.
Also, you can't really predict that. In my theory, and so this is part of the reason why I'm concentrating in one, is I think a lot of these protocols doing airdrops are going to be a lot more strict with the cutoffs and also put a lot more attention to sibling now that you have, for example, I saw some number 60 or 70,000 people staking Python, right? It's very clear that's people trying to qualify for airdrops. They didn't just suddenly decide they want to participate in Oracle governance. And I feel like that protocols are going to try to account for that.
The numbers before Pyth hype started like 2 weeks ago, I think maybe 10,000 people staked Pyth or maybe 15,000, right? So it's ridiculous how liquidity flows where attention goes. Always
Yeah, that's
like
the name of
that.
the game. It's interesting thing you were saying about the meta with staking versus doing a lot of interactions on testnets. It's kind of what I was saying before, where I feel like airdrop farming is replacing yield farming in a sense, where rather than getting this 300 or 3,000% even APR when a project lasts, they know that people are just farming and dumping the coins. So instead, they're like, you've basically got to stick around for 4 months, 5 months, and then you're going to get a lump sum payment instead.
2 years for ZK Sync, almost 2 years.
Yeah. Instead of just but so that's why I like, for example, things like staking, like you said, Tia. I mean, Tia is the great. So many Tia ones have already been announced. Other Cosmos ones, but then I like on Solana, for example, things like MarginFi, Camino, where they have points, so they're probably going to do an airdrop. I mean,
I wanted to share now like my crypto airdrop strategy and what ecosystems I am doing. So I have airdrops to claim that I want to show, but just to share with the communities, this is what I am doing. I am still focusing on farming with multiple wallets. So right now I am using 20 wallets to farm. Not every airdrop that I see, but the most important protocols and ecosystems, I am getting into 20 wallets to do it. In our channel, one of our followers, Generation, did a very good strategy how to do that using proxies. I will want to share that link to anyone that is interested. And I am getting Kepler wallets all around my proxies and browsers. So I am really focusing on investing, not only because I want airdrops, because I believe in the project. So I am dedicating to invest into Cosmos, Atom, Celestia, Injective, Kushira, Sei, and Sui. All those are protocols that you can delegate into validators and get passive airdrops. We have been seeing this over and over with the major ones. And I order it also in the priority that I am having. I am allocating money into each of these protocols, and I'm going into allocate to my 20 wallets. So I will have 20 wallets with this strategy because I can earn a good yield for the year, staking in each of protocols. All those tokens are tokens that I like for a bull run. And I think I will get a lot of airdrops during 2024 doing that. So these are my main ecosystems on the 0.2. I still have in the 0.3 individual airdrops. I will call step 2 like passive airdrops. And the 0.3, I still been applying to ZK Sync for more than 1 year, Layer 0, Sora, all the ones that you know. Starnet probably is going to give an airdrop soon. So I still doing 1 transaction per week on all those protocols. All 2023, we cover in our channel like individual airdrops. So I still waiting for those to give me the claim airdrop. And in 0.4, I have like hyper seasonal ecosystem airdrops like Solana in January. And like Patrick, you said, I think they could have a comeback tomorrow with Jupiter. So margin, fight drift, and all the others that we commented already in this video, I am applying to, and I still going to farm in Solana. But right now I am a little more focused on 0.2 than 0.3, which was my focus in 2023, like big individual funding projects. Right now I am seeing, because I got a ton of TIA, Celestia tokens in many of my airdrop wallets. The same happened with Injective. So I am really focusing on my 0.2. So those are my ecosystem that I am farming, and this is basically my strategy using these 4 points that I am sharing here.
First off, this is awesome document. Besides the Solana things we talked about, I'm definitely more focused on staking delegating right now, like you are. One other thing I've been looking at as well is other protocols that you can accumulate points on by passively lending or depositing things. So for example, one that I've been farming is known as Prime Protocol. It's a cross-chain borrowing and lending market already operational. So you deposit on one chain, borrow on another, powered by Axelar, but it's backed by Jump and a few other major investors. The thing is, if you're buying it on the open market, maybe you're skeptical of being backed by those investors. But if you're farming their points program, then to me that's you're basically getting in at ground zero. So that one I've been farming, and I like it because I can farm points by depositing funds. And the point of this isn't to do a prime shell, but I think it's an interesting example of the sort of one I like, that you're accumulating points. They have a very strong they have basically their system for calculating points. The longer you've been deposited, the faster you gain them. So it really punishes people that are trying to game the system, and rewards it if you passively just deposit, like, however much you want to deposit, but say a few $1,000s there, maybe a few hundred depending on your budget, maybe even less. But the longer you deposit it, the faster you gain points. So if you deposit $100 for a few weeks, you're going to gain points as fast as someone who deposited $300 when they first deposit it, because you get them faster the longer it's been deposited.
Nice.
Super
Exponential. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other thing is, just as I make trades, I'm being sure to use perp dexes without tokens. So that's Hyperliquid, Avo, Drift.
Yeah, this is a great case actually. This is perfect. This is what I want to say. Like, people always go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap. There's so many other alternatives that you just organically use them and just get rewards out of thin air. This is something people need to become very clear about. So yeah, amazing. For me, I think we all share the common thread here with Cosmos ecosystem, so I don't need to repeat myself. Atom, Tia, those are the main ones, and then you can diversify into the lower ones like Santiago has also done. So I completely second that. And guys, always farm on dexes and bridges without a token, just like Patrick said. Stuff like the Bob, Odos. Odos is great. You can filter out multiple tokens at once and trade in one transaction, save on gas. Again, Pyth staking is starting to be a thing. People are catching on. There's about 140 projects utilizing Pyth infrastructure, so that's probably got a bright future ahead.
Awesome. Santiago, what advice would you have to people who are new to trading, new to airdrop farming?
Yeah, I think if you are new into crypto in general, I think doing airdrops is a good way to learn about crypto. I have been seeing that many times with new people in crypto, and we have a channel in our Discord which is for new people, and you learn a lot about what the liquidity pool is, liquid staking, like all the protocols. You need to start using decentralized wallets, because I have even been questioned if how can I get TIA airdrops in Binance? Like, it's like there are many concepts that you need to understand that for us is super obvious. So
yeah,
instead of going into trading without any preparation, I did my first trade after 3 years of study, and people don't have that discipline. So I think you should, instead of going to trading, go into airdrops. You will need a little capital, I think in 2020 you could get airdrops freely. I don't think it's the case anymore. So you will need a couple of hundreds. If you don't have a couple of hundreds, you need to do all the test nets that are around in all the ecosystems and hope to get some reward on that. But if you have a couple of hundreds, then I would recommend to do with the point 2 of my strategy, which is go into the passive protocols. Also, you need less time for researching if you're new. So go into Cosmos, go into Celestia, Injective, Say, and Sui, and keep your eye there. And as soon as you get some money, you start to go into another different things. That would be my strategy. And the hot question
Snowball.
is how much money you stake, right? You get that question all the time. And of course, is as much more money you can put is more secure, but I will not go below $100 on any of those protocols. I think minimum you need to put 100 or 200, I would say, to be secure.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, and not be like a civil or get out of the airdrops.
Yeah, especially now that people are trying to game it. Speaking of what you said about being the great introduction, did you guys see that thing where the official Spanish embassy to Bosnia and Herzegovina commented on Dimension's post saying, "We're really hyped for season 2 of the airdrops"?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see that? People don't know if it was the intern logged into the wrong account or something, but it was the official account for the Spanish embassy in Bosnia commented on Dimension's post about the airdrop saying, "We're really hyped for season 2."
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's say it's an intern. Yeah. Good guy.
Yeah,
Oh
the Spanish embassy needs some extra funding, maybe. I don't know.
So now we need to share the airdrops with the governments.
Yeah, whales are
guys.
entering. Governments are getting into airdrops now as a store of value.
So for Solana, I really feel like we're much better off doing something on Camino, Meteora, probably Parcel, Zeta Markets. Like those would be my 4 picks that are not that obvious. Obviously, like Drift, MarginFi, and what's the last one? Whatever,
Tensor,
the last one as well.
maybe?
Tensor? Could be, yeah. But I feel like those are like too farmed, like Camino is already bordering. Like they've introduced points, and once they introduced points, everyone was like, okay, let's go to Camino. So yeah, probably best to focus on ones that are not really being talked about, but are also very likely to airdrop. So that would be my strategy for Solana. Maybe go to Meteora, Zeta Markets, perhaps Soul Blaze, but it's also very farmed already. So yeah, Zeta Markets, Camino, and probably Parcel. Those would be my Solana picks. What about you guys?
In terms of Solana, I have been doing those exactly the same one that you commented. I am chasing like the next hype. I think Solana already hyped with Shito and all that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it could not be a good idea to keep farming in Solana, but I am now focusing more in new ecosystems, like say Sui, all the Cosmos ecosystem that we already talked, and we are going to continue talking on this call. So in Solana, I already have my positions on farming right now on those projects.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think those are good points. I would say I'm still fairly heavy on MarginFi, but I got a head start, right? So, without doxing my wallet, I'm in the, I'll say at least the top couple hundred farmers on there, and that was because I had a pretty good head start on people. But 2 that I like besides MarginFi, I like all the ones you mentioned, but I really like Parcel because people don't know what Parcel is. Basically, it's a way for trading futures on real estate markets, which is something that doesn't exist anywhere besides that application, as far as I know. So it's a great use case for crypto. And you can farm it with stable coins. So I'm actually borrowing USDC on MarginFi with a very, very safe liquidation price, right? But I'm borrowing USDC on MarginFi, getting points on MarginFi, and then depositing that USDC on Parcel to get points on Parcel. And then the other thing I like about that is you can, if you have the capital, because this requires money, but you can buy that Parcel NFTs and that boosts the rate at which you get points. And what I like about that is, for people who are watching this video, we're recording this the day before the Jupiter airdrop. And one of my theses these past couple of weeks has been that when the Jupiter airdrop comes out, we'll see another renewed focus on Solana airdrops. So that way these NFTs would actually do well. And they've gone up in terms of SOL, and the price of SOL has gone up. So I'm farming points with these NFTs, but also I can cash out by selling the NFTs before the airdrop itself actually happens. So that's one of the ones I like. And then I like Tensor for similar reasons. I sold most of my Tensorians over 100 SOL, but I still have some. And the thing that's nice about that, again, is you're earning points in Tensor by staking them. And then also, if there's airdrop hype on Solana, you can sell them and cash out. And so you're basically getting a payout before the airdrop itself even happens.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think the hype could come back with Jupiter tomorrow, and we saw what happened with the WEN token, that meme coin. So there was a lot of hype around that being the first one for Jupiter, and so that really could happen. It's a good strategy.
Maybe we can talk about some really successful claims for the end now. So what were the best airdrop claims that we did over the last few months? What was the biggest success? Okay, Patrick, of course, Jito, maybe for you, maybe Celestia, I suppose. What were some of the others?
Yeah, Jito was the biggest. Jupiter is tomorrow from the time of recording this. I'm expecting that to be pretty good as well. That's one of those ones that if it was around today, it would have been heavily sybiled, but people weren't using Solana as much last year. But Jupiter, I'm expecting to be good. Dimension, actually, I got a pretty solid airdrop. I don't know exactly what it's going to be worth, but in terms of looking at my allocation, it looks pretty solid. And the reason for that is actually a lot of these different things we had talked about. It shows you sometimes you get airdrops you weren't expecting. A lot of these different strategies we talked about actually ended up leading into Dimension. So staking on Celestia and Cosmos got Dimension, but also it turned out that this Tensorian NFT I had to farm the Tensor airdrop on Solana. Tensor is the main NFT marketplace on Solana. The Tensorians also got a Dimension airdrop. So I actually got a decent airdrop from there as well.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, part of the thing is if you're just using, come again?
Outlayer?
That's that was Dimension, but AltLayer is also they haven't done the airdrop for Celestia stakers yet, but they did airdrop for some other people. But yeah, I would say those are my best ones so far. What about you two?
So yeah, I wanted to share with both communities because now claim tokens is like the season to claim. January was crazy for me, but the couple of months, because it's not only to apply to airdrops, right? You need to be up to date on claiming airdrops, because right now you're doing things in too many ecosystems and you don't even know that you are eligible for some airdrops if you are not in the right communities. So again, please subscribe to both channel, Dynamo DeFi with Patrick, great content, and Cryptocurrency State. We are here to help you guys. So yeah, these were my personal big airdrops on the last 3 months. I got Celestia in many of my multiple farming airdrops. So that is why I'm still moving into more wallets into all these ecosystems. I prefer to put $500 in 2 wallets than 1,000 in 1 wallet. That has been working more for me. I got, for the same reason, Pit Network. You can see some comments, but if you were doing stuff in any AVM layer 2 solution, Solana or Cosmos, you got Pit tokens that worth really, really nice, even in the airdrop distribution. So we have been talking about all these ecosystems a lot on this call. So you basically passively, you get these airdrops. We have Manta airdrop, $3.50 right now. Sekai Fair airdrop, it was not too good for many people, but because I get it in 16 wallets, it's like, also it was really easy to get. So that is my view. So with many wallets, you see the good benefits of everything. So that is why I'm staking all that.
regarding ZK Fair, you can stake it and you earn like $1 a day for like 3,000 tokens. So it's pretty good deal. You know, if you lock it for 4 years, it's like 360 APY. So you can probably like do like a 10x in a year on your free airdrop if it survives for a year. Who says if it will, but you know, just an idea.
Yeah, and even with ZK Fair, when you get that token, you were eligible for many other tokens on that network because it's a network itself that we already claim it. I don't remember even the names. I'm staking everything, but yeah. So say airdrop, it was very important. I personally didn't qualify for this. You needed to have NFTs, but many people in our Discord qualified. This is a very important project because Arbitrum technology and project itself, the creators of Arbitrum are behind say airdrop. So that was very unique. Levana airdrop, this was one crazy thing that I did. In a time frame of 4 days, I did a video and the snapshot was announced. So you know when the snapshot is going to be. So 1 day before, I did a couple of things there, enter a big amount of money into the liquidity there. And 3 days after that, we got the airdrop directly. So in terms of 4 days, we got the airdrop. It was really easy because it was on Osmosis injective. It was super announced, but not many people did it. It was a small project at the time. So I did a nice money on that. I know other people with one wallet did not, but I put a lot of money and volume. You mentioned Boris at layer. So that is already in the market, 43 cents. You still can claim it until 25 of February. It was not so good for me. I didn't qualify too much on this one, but those are the ones that are the biggest one that I claim. I mean, there was many others, guys. This is just a small list of what I got. And now we have to claim very soon. Saga, very important airdrop for many ecosystems too. Atom, TIA, Polygon, CK, ABM, which is a surprise there. Zeta Chain is going to be a big airdrop for me too. We did this in November 2022, so 1 year and a half. And I did it like crazy. It's very funny that the snapshot was in August, and I actually stopped to do things in Zeta Chain about that time. So I really nailed it. And it was a testnet, so we didn't spend anything. Dimension, Patrick and Boris both talk about that. If you were in Celestia, Cosmos, Layers 2, Osmosis, so you really qualify for this. It was like super easy to be there. Jupiter tomorrow, we are going to see about that, super big airdrop. And here are many others that we already claim or we are about to claim right now. So yeah, you can see here so like 20 airdrops in 2 months already claimed or to be claimed and more.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ramon, which is one of the followers here on my Discord. We have an airdrop distribution channel there, and he put a very good weekly report on these airdrops to claim. So this is everything that we have been claiming in the last 2-3 weeks. So it's crazy.
Wow. Fruitful year for airdrop farmers.
Incredible, man. Oh my.
2024 is going to be crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Probably the last big airdrop year, if you ask me. Nobody's gonna be able to do 50 wallets in a year. Like, there's no way. God, if only, but probably not. So what we can do this year is what we should do this year. So yeah, basically that's pretty much the list is the same for me. Like Santiago and I basically do all the same things. So what you did, I did basically. So there's no need for me to say the same. Although I will never forgive myself. I missed Celestia. So I told guys in our Discord 3 times, do Celestia, claim Celestia, claim Celestia. But I was abroad and I was like, I'll just do it when I get home. Nope. So guys, please learn from mistakes of others, claim your tokens, and at least know for how long you can claim them. That's the most basic thing you can do. Like, I got all these airdrops except Celestia, and that was maybe the biggest one. So please learn from other people's mistakes. Simple as that.
Well, guys, this has been amazing. I learned a lot too in this call. We share valuable information for both communities. So please follow these channels. You really need to be in contact with people that knows about this and is breathing this every day like we are. So that is why we are here sharing all this information. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. It's been really,
you.
really,
It's
I've
been
learned a
really
lot.
fun.
I hope other people have as well. And it was great to connect and yeah, I mean, talk about our different but similar strategies about airdrop farming.
Yeah, it's always like that. Everybody, there's so many people, and we always complement each other's knowledge and just sharing ideas. This is what it's all about. This was our dream from the start, and to know where we started and where we are today, it's a beautiful, beautiful thought. And I just hope a lot of people wake up to this, but not too many, so we don't dilute our pools, but a good round number, So yeah, hopefully a lot of people catch on. All right.
Right.
So yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks so
guys.
much, guys.
See you next time.
Have a great day.